Hello Internet! We happen to be on BattleSpot and we happen to have this team in front of us once more, and oh look at that, we happen to be searching for a game. So hello again Internet, and hopefully we'll get some more games, hopefully we'll get some interesting games, because you know we're actually, well, we're over 1,600 now, over 1,650, and you know the rating is rising as we find David from Italy with a big 16. Okay, well, there we go, straight into it. There we go. Nothing more to say. Normally against Big Six I lead Crobat, Groudon with Rayquaza and Smeargle in the back. So let's go with these, and I'm sure he'll probably pick his Pokemon quite quickly as well, because, or maybe not, because I don't know. I feel like everyone who uses Big Six has probably used Big Six for a long time, and they should know what to do with it now. But you know, he can take his time if he wants to. I suppose my team is a little bit more interesting. It's not a team you see every day, I guess, with a Slowbro and a Sylveon. But I don't know. We'll see. Like, bonuses here if the Smeargle doesn't have a Focus Sash. Bonus if the Xerneas is slower than Groudon as well, because then I can erupt first. Otherwise, that Xerneas could potentially be a bit of a problem. Smeargle is always a problem, but you know, we'll get around it, hopefully. And you know, it's actually been quite a long time since I've played a just basic standard Big Six team. I'm gonna get Kangaskhan, Groudon. I think that Kangaskhan was in one of them pink balls, wasn't it? Quite a funky little thing there. And we get, okay, we get our Groudon coming out as well. Now I'm kind of expecting him to just attack into my Crobat here. I'm sort of expecting it to just go down. There's not really much I can do to stop it from going down, but I want it to do something useful while it's here. And we saw his Groudon actually primal reverted first, so this is definitely a speed type. So maybe a Tailwind. Maybe a Tailwind. I think it has to be a Tailwind. I mean, this Smeargle, my Smeargle is max speed, so it can take advantage of Tailwind. So we are just going to go straight for a Tailwind and protect. And hopefully he doesn't get cheeky and goes for like a substitute with his Groudon, because that would be very cheeky and very naughty indeed. But he did primal revert first, so he might think he is faster and he might feel kind of safe to do that. My Tailwind is kind of obvious as well, so we will see. We get a Fake Out into the Crobat, okay. Well, I have got Inner Focus, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I can get that Tailwind off, right. I'm not Infiltrator. And Precipice Blades, okay. Well, that's a peculiar turn one. I'll take it though. I'll definitely take it. Yeah, I'll take it. But what do we do now? Like, because we know his Groudon is max speed, my Earth Power will definitely knock it out. But a Protect from his Groudon is very obvious, I think. So I'm actually going to Super Fang the Kangaskhan and Erupt here. If he doesn't protect his Groudon, which he is doing, then an Eruption would still do a lot of damage to it. Well, I was kind of expecting a Sucker Punch here, just to get a bit of chip damage. Not chimp damage. Chip damage onto my Groudon, but I guess not. So that's one Tailwind turn used effectively. That's his Mega Pokemon gone. What are we going to see now? Talonflame, if he's brought it? No, it's Smeargle. Okay. So one Precipice Blades isn't going to knock out my Groudon. I've got that going for me. I could try and taunt the Smeargle, but, you know, Mental Herb is a bit of a thing now as well. He could have Fake Out as well. But I think as long as I get some damage onto the Smeargle, I'm just going to go for a Super Fang and an Eruption into the Smeargle. Okay, so we're not seeing anything. No Wide Guard, no Fake Out, no Follow Me. So he's lost his Smeargle. And We should survive her Precipice Blades. If he hits. Yeah, he does hit. We should survive this. Yeah, okay. So you'd expect Xerneas is his last Pokemon. Yeah, it is. And as long as I taunt it, he can't Geomancy. No, he can't hold a Mental Herb and a Power Herb. So I am going to taunt the Xerneas, just stop it from Geomancying. And he's probably going to protect his Groudon. I do think he'll protect his Groudon here. But I'm just going to be safe. I'm just going to be extra safe. Yeah. He's probably going to go for a Moonblast actually into my Groudon, but the taunt is just extra security. Oh no, he does try and Geomancy. Okay. So now... Well, now I can protect and Tailwind again, if I really wanted to, but... yeah, and what would stop me from doing that, really? Yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to Tailwind. Because that means Rayquaza comes in, un-Mega Evolved, and will still be faster than the Xerneas. And protect. Like, I don't know. Unless this Groudon does have Substitute. But I'm not just attacking here. Because, I mean, I could do, but he will probably just Moonblast the Groudon. Or even just a Dazzling Gleam would have probably a good chance of knocking out my Groudon as well. So, you know, just playing it safe, I suppose. And he does Rock Slide. Okay. So Crowbat's going down here. But we are in Tailwind, and we've got Smeargle, and we should be able to, hopefully if we hit our Dark Void, to put him to sleep. Again, he might protect his Groudon, but we are in Tailwind. Like, the game is not won for us here. Like, I don't know, maybe I could have played this endgame a little bit better. Because we are relying on Dark Voids here now. So I'm going to Dark Void, and I'm sure he's going to protect his Groudon, but... yeah, but hopefully we put the Xerneas to sleep here. Okay, well, something's happening. The Xerneas goes to sleep. Okay. So, we're okay, I think. His taunt is going to wear off now, though. So, okay, we get a speed boost, which is nice. Evasion fell low. We should be able to Earth Power and knock out his Groudon. He could wake up with the Xerneas, though. So, I am going to Spiky Shield here. And, like, I think he'll Geomancy, in all honesty. If he wakes up, he'll Geomancy. But I am going to Earth Power the Groudon. Like, hopefully he won't wake up. But this is actually a little bit tricky. So we get rid of his Groudon. Should I have, like, the turn that I protected and Tailwinded, should I have just attacked there? He does stay asleep there, though, so, you know, there is that. Moody raises my accuracy, so that's good as well. This is one of the things with Smeargle. You know, it can just sit on the field forever, and it will just boost up and up and up and up and up and up. And, you know, it'll become invincible at some point, won't it? Well, there's no point in Dark Voiding here, so I'm just going to go for a Wide Guard, just to show that I have it, I suppose, you know. Not to show that I have it, but because I don't want to try and double protect, and I just want to, at this point, maybe, you know, play some psychological games, play... you know, Wide Guard a few times, and then if he does get his Geomancy, which I'm sure he will do at this point, but hopefully I'll put him into some sort of range where Extreme Speed will just knock him out. We've got 2 speed boosts now. Accuracy is still at +1, so actually we're pretty good now. Spike Shield again would be a double protect, so I don't really want to do that. I'm just going to Wide Guard again, and Earth Power. If he wakes up and Moonblasts, then my Rayquaza comes in, and okay, and you know, we'll win. But he Geomancies, and I'm pretty sure after this Earth Power, I will be able to knock him out with an extreme speed. So panic over, I think. Especially looking at how much damage that first Earth Power did to the Xerneas just then. Yeah, just under the half, so this will bring it down to about 30%, yeah, or so. Moody. Lowers our special defense, but we are +4 speed and +1 accuracy, so we should still be faster and we should hit this Dark Void, so we don't even need Rayquaza here. The game is won. So, interesting game one. Like, he made some strange choices, I feel. And maybe I took my foot off the accelerator a little bit just by going for that Protect and Tailwind play. Maybe that wasn't necessary, but you know, the game is ours now. There's no way that can survive an extreme speed form where it is now. So yeah, let's just, you know, whatever. Let's not waste anyone's time. Let's go, just, you know, whatever. Well, yeah, we can't lose the game. So even if he wakes up, knocks out, you know, my Groudon with a Dazzling Gleam and whatever, then we'll still be alright. Yeah, we've still got the Rayquaza. Okay, so, Big Six. Tick. Done. Next, who are we going to get? Are we going to get some, you know, really standard, simple Rayquaza Kyogre team just to, you know, fill the boring, standard Archetype team quota? I don't know. Let's find out. I'm sure we'll know in the next, you know, maybe half a minute or so. Okay, yeah, so, you know, we're climbing, I suppose. You know, it's strange, like, you know, you know, again, thanks to Duncan for, you know, lending me this capture card. Although I think I'm going to have to give it back at some point soon, so I will have to find my own capture card soon, really, at some point. I might do a video about that, see if anyone's got one spare that they'll sell me or something. But, you know, we'll worry about that a different day. And we do get a Rayquaza Kyogre team, but this isn't like a really standard, you know, boring one, because we've got an Arcanine. I suppose if you took the Arcanine out, then it would be, but, you know, Arcanine is a pretty cool Pokemon. I never liked seeing Arcanine when I was using my Life with Brillium team back last year, because, you know, it can intimidate my Terrakion, and a Rock Slide at -1 does nothing to it, especially if it's bulky. But that's a whole different story as well. How shall we go about this? You know, Crobat would be a bit ugly, but maybe essential. Maybe not. Slowbro could be nice here, but he's got the Ferrothorn, which will outspeed me in Trick Room, so maybe not. Maybe, I don't know, I'm sort of leaning towards Smeargle Sylveon, but if he does lead with Crobat, then, which there's a good chance he will do, then that won't be too good. Maybe I want to lead with my Rayquaza just to, but then he's maybe got an Intimidate with his Arcanine. I think I'm gonna go Rayquaza Smeargle with Groudon and Sylveon or Slowbro. We'll go Sylveon, but I do have to watch out for that Ferrothorn in the back. I'm sure I was saying something. Was I saying leading with Rayquaza just to get the Mega Evolution before his Rayquaza? Did I say that? I can't remember. That's what was in my head. I don't know if it actually came out in word form or not, but that looks like a Ferrothorn. Yeah. I understand those Japanese characters. That is definitely a Ferrothorn. He could be going Trick Room here. He might be wary of a fire attack from my Rayquaza, but he might also have Mirror Coat. So there's lots of things that can go wrong here, and this team doesn't really have any big ways to hit Cresselia, which I do have to worry about as well. So, I don't know, maybe, I think the Airlock might be nice here, so that I can hit his Ferrothorn, actually. So I think I don't know, I don't like this. I don't like this, but I'm doing it. Because I think there's a good chance he's just going for a Trick Room here. I mean, he might not. He might be one of these Icy Wind Thunder Wave ones. And I suppose we're sort of scouting out if he is or not. But Thunder Wave and Gyro Ball isn't the best combination. Okay, yeah, so I'm not Mega Evolving. Just so that he doesn't really have the option of bringing Kyogre. Ooh, he does have Magic Coach, yeah. I did want to sort of scout out for that as well. Just in case. And a Gyro Ball into the Rayquaza. Okay, that worked out perfectly for us. Just in case he thought like he'd be safe bringing his Kyogre in to stop me erupting on his Ferrothorn, which he definitely isn't. So I can erupt here quite safely. I can Mega Evolve as well. But maybe I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe I do want to, just in case he goes for an Ice move on my Rayquaza. So yeah, I think I will Mega Evolve because, like, if he does switch, I don't think he will, but if he does switch, then the switch will happen and then the Mega Evolution will happen. So I will Mega Evolve and I'll Dragon Ascent and Erupt here. So there's no switches. I'm expecting the Ferrothorn to protect now then. In which case, hopefully, I mean, I don't think this will knock the Cresselia out, but maybe it will if he hasn't got a Citrus Berry. He would be free to bring in his Kyogre the next turn. But I don't know, this is two big attacks coming down on Cresselia. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Hopefully no Citrus Berry. But we do see a Citrus Berry. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it will survive this eruption now. And I'm expecting some form of speed control here. Maybe a Trick Room. Oh, he just didn't protect his Kyogre, his Ferrothorn, did he? And he does go for a Trick Room. Okay, well, right. Like, in my head, I was so sure he would protect his Ferrothorn there after seeing that he stayed in. My brain said he did protect his Ferrothorn, but apparently he didn't. Okay, like, Slowbro would be really nice here. Just because I've taken care of his Ferrothorn now. So Slowbro would be fantastic here. Like, it's stuff like this, Cresselia and Double Primals, that Slowbro is on the team for. I could Extreme Speed. I think that would knock the Cresselia out, but don't really want to do that. I do have an option of Double Protecting, just to stall out one turn of Trick Room. I could Protect and switch as well. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Protect the Rayquaza and switch the Groudonat into Smeargle. I think Smeargle is the least valuable because I think he probably will have Rayquaza in the back, even though he has gone for a Trick Room. So I do want to keep Sylveon safe. I don't know, Smeargle is always useful. Like, he'll probably have Skill Swap as well, so I do have to bear that in mind. But at least with Groudon in the back, we're sort of pressuring him to maybe go for a Skill Swap next turn. With Cresselia at that amount of HP as well, Sylveon can come in and... Okay, he just scolds. So a burn and I'll go down. Yeah, I don't mind that burn, because it does mean I get a free switch into my Sylveon, and I will be slower than Cresselia, and at that range I will be able to knock it out with a Hyper Voice, so... Like, we're definitely not in a bad position at all. So I'm going to put Sylveon out. Little pink Sylveon. So definitely Hyper Voice here. But Rayquaza, what do you do? Like, we've just protected. Groudon will take an Ice Beam. But I suppose that is the lesser of two evils, really, because I don't want to lose my Rayquaza. I don't want to just sort of, you know, pass it up like that. Bringing in Groudon means that he won't get a big water hit off on my Sylveon as well. So I will bring Groudon in. And Sylveon is slower than his Cresselia, so he can't Skill Swap here. A Hyper Voice will knock out his Cresselia at this range. It is Pixelate boosted. It is you know, same type attack bonus boosted. It is Pixie Plate boosted. That is the item on Sylveon. So, you know, maybe best case scenario, he thinks that he'll underspeed, go for a skill swap, and he'll go for a water move here. But I don't think he will do that. Yeah, the HP bar went down quite slowly there, but I was quite confident it would knock it out. And it is an Ice Beam, yeah. So that's, you know, I was sure that would happen. But if it is Rayquaza last, then I think that is Rayquaza. Yeah, then we are in Trick Room. We're using his Trick Room now. He does have the airlock though. Yeah, this is not the best position to be in, but I think I'll protect Groudon here and go for a Hyper Voice because I don't know if I can't survive an Origin Pulse and Extreme Speed, anticipating his Rayquaza to protect here, and you know next turn he goes for an Extreme Speed, Origin Pulse, or whatever, knocks out my Sylveon, then that wouldn't be good. But I think I hopefully will be okay doing this. Hopefully. I do expect his Rayquaza to protect here. That's why I'm thinking, like, I'll take an Origin Pulse, and next turn, if he does Extreme Speed, if I survive, then good. If I don't, not good. Groudon protects, so maybe he isn't protecting his Rayquaza. Maybe it's Assault Vest? Oh no, he is. Oh, of course, yeah, we're in Trick Room, so my Groudon was slower than his Rayquaza. That would have been a nice bonus if he didn't protect there, but at least we're getting some nice chip damage onto his thingy there. He does Scald, so he makes the correct play there. That's not in Extreme Speed range. Oh, he burns me, though. Because I think we've got one more turn of Trick Room, I think. Yeah, my Trick Room sense. See, like, this is funny. I don't take notes. I just have the sense in my head that this is the last turn of Trick Room. If it's a Life Bulb Extreme Speed, he might knock me out. So I'm a bit worried now, to be honest. I'm a bit worried. Yeah, I'm definitely worried. I am definitely worried. I'm thinking, like, I am going to go for a Hyper Voice here, not protecting, because I am burnt. Do I bring Groudon out for Rayquaza? I think I do. Because he might go for a Water attack here. And not an Ice Beam. If the Extreme Speed does knock out the Sylveon. Because now, like, we will get our Sun as well. When the Groudon comes back in. That's the Kyogre protecting. So what is this an Extreme Speed? No, it's an attempt at a double protect. I guess he felt like he had no other option. I'm guessing this is... Yeah, it is a Focus Sash. So if he was Focus Sash after all, then maybe he shouldn't have done that. Yeah, Twisted Dimensions. Okay. So, because the Kyogre did protect, I'm going to Extreme Speed his Kyogre. My Rayquaza is definitely not in Extreme Speed range, and I'm going to Quick Attack his Rayquaza. If he Quick Attacks my Sylveon, then that's why I'm covering with the Extreme Speed on his Kyogre. The burn was a little bit unfortunate, but it is Scald. You've got to expect it, you know, a third of the time. I do knock out the Kyogre, and if he just goes for a normal attack, Sylveon will be knocking out his Rayquaza. Okay, he goes for an Extreme Speed, which does knock out my Sylveon. Okay, so poor Sylveon doesn't get the knockout there, but, you know, it really didn't matter at that point, because, you know, we'll just win the game here. Like, he hasn't got any spread attacks that can knock both of them out. It doesn't learn Explosion, and even if it did, then, you know, I'd win. You know, Surf, Noah and Sun. Rock Slide, no, I'm going to Extreme Speed. So, yeah, the game is definitely won. Alright then, well. Okay, so it was a speed tie after all, but, you know, it doesn't matter. Even the critical hit's not going to knock me out, because it's not Life Orb, yeah. Right, well, there we go. fantastic. I think we've showcased this team quite well, haven't we? I'm not sure what we'll be using next week. You know, maybe we'll stick to this team. Maybe we'll try something else. I'm not too sure yet, but I hope you're, you know, still enjoying these videos. You know, it's a different team, isn't it? It's not a team that you see every day, this one. Unless, you know, by the time, you know, by the time this goes out, you know, it's become really, really popular and everyone's using it, which I doubt. Although I have seen someone use it on Showdown, actually, so, you know, you never know, but... Nah, whatever. I hope you've enjoyed this. That's the most important thing. I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, I hope it's enriched your lives somewhat. If it has, please like and share, and you know, I do appreciate that. So you know, thanks a lot, guys. Goodbye for now. Cheers.